Jeez Louise. We need to wipe people down, to be fair.
No! Go on, Katie. Go on, Katie. You can do it.
You can do it. He's a nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I slipped. I'm going really fast.
As you can see, this is
I can't reach your head.
Offender. Dun, dun, dun. I'm just... Oh yes, Katie! That would be super snazzy, yo.
That's the line.
I've got some soup for lunch. I'm sorry.
I was just imagining that if it went well, that being the start of my stuff. I had some soup for lunch.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, good,
You got it. Yep.
Climb up. Perfect. Oh. Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you've all had a wonderful start to 2018. I am going to be talking you through what I've got up to during January in this video in what is now going to be called my training diary. It was my extras videos, but I'm doing a little bit of rebranding on this channel, mixing things up a bit, new year, new me and all that, and I'm now going to be calling those my training diaries. Hope that's not too confusing for anyone. I actually think it should be less confusing because it more accurately describes what's in the video. So, to kick things off, actually, before I begin, I just want to point out that all of my training this month was in gyms. I didn't train outside at all, did I? No. It was literally all in gyms, and I know some people get really funny about that and really judgmental and tell me I'm not a real free runner and everything like that, and it doesn't get to me at all, I promise. So yeah, can we all just try not to be too upset about that, and I'll get back to training outside next month. Well, that's now this month. So first session of the year was at Pinewood Gymnastics Club, which is somewhere I've been training a lot more recently. I spent a few minutes chucking some tricks from the bar into the foam pit, and then the rest of the session I just spent working on one trick in combo that I didn't end up getting by the end of the session, but I did go to Basingstoke the next day where I managed to get it a lot cleaner. It was basically just a little combo that had a Sailor Moon somewhere in the middle, and for some reason I find it really hard to put a Sailor Moon in a combo. It just seems to kill all of my power. So if any of you guys have any tips on how I can stop a Sailor Moon from killing all my power, that would be great. Thanks, let me know in the comments below. Also during the session at Basingstoke where I did manage to get the line, I set myself this really weird little challenge which involved I don't know the name of this move. It's like where you sort of put your hand on the wall and pivot around your hand. I don't know, you'll see what I mean. In fact, it's probably playing on your screen right now. So that move into a palm flip, which I did manage to get eventually. That was a fun little challenge. Then the first weekend of January I was up in Rotherham for Project Underground. I don't think I'm going to put too much from that trip in this video because I already have a vlog up from that event which you can go and watch. And then from there, what did I do after that? Then I flew out to Florence. I was doing a runway show, not so much a runway show as an air track show. We were doing a fashion show essentially, but on an air track rather than a runway. Again, not going to talk too much about that because I do have a vlog up. I'm going to put a link to those vlogs in the description below, so if you want to see what I got up to at Project Underground or out in Florence, you can go and watch those now by clicking those links, okay? But then come back to this video. In fact, just go at the end. Just go at the end. So then after that trip to Florence, I actually spent the rest of January in the UK, so it was a really nice chilled start to the year. Just spent my time training in gymnastics gyms and learning some new stuff actually. So one thing new that I learned was a gargoyle pimp flip, I guess that's what you call it, which I learned down in Basingstoke one day. I also tried to learn how to no-handed pimp flip with Emily Lanigan. Yeah!
Are you filming me?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Joe Scandal and you're watching Catherine McDougall's vlogs.
This isn't a vlog, but never mind.
Oh, it's not. It's not a vlog.
Oh yeah. Oh, sick. Oh, nice.
Nice. My name is Abash. Oh, you're kidding. I am, man. Oh, yo, diggity! New move.
What are you doing? Oh my god.
I think it's been done.
Oh, Bob Reese probably did it.
Oh, it's very strong.
This is too sexual for my video.
Oh no, it's Happy Kitty Sad Kitty. Oh yo, that was fresh.
However, I'm not sure we're ready just yet to take those out of the pit. Not just yet. Another thing I did in January actually was I tried giants for the first time since 2013. My friend Yasmin came to train in Basingstoke with me. I actually met Yasmin while I was working out in Florence, and she hadn't tried giants for a while. I hadn't tried them for about 5 years, and we just thought we'd give them a bash. And it turns out giants are a lot easier than I remember them being 5 years ago. So that was fun. We also managed to get the little straddle on to front flip. I'm realising more and more recently that I'm very bad at knowing the official names of moves, so I'm just going to call that the straddle on undershoot to front flip. Yeah. Yes! Sick! With bars in mind, another thing I've been training a lot in January is calisthenics-y type stuff, which has been great, but not so great for my hands. Starting to get a little bit more consistent now with my skin the catch or shrimp flip, whatever you call it. Although I think some people think I have those completely on lock. I definitely don't. I catch like 1 in 5 maybe. Speaking of not catching the bar, one thing I haven't caught yet and have got quite close to catching is my 540 regrab. So maybe next month I'll finally catch that one. Another thing I've been doing a lot in January is just chucking myself into the foam pit, which I think in winter is such a great thing to do because you can learn some new tricks, get really confident with them in the gym, and then when it gets to the summer you can take them outside and hopefully you won't break yourself. And then we come on to what was possibly one of my worst training sessions I've ever had, where I just could not land anything. Well, actually, to be fair, in the end I did manage to land a few things, but I definitely bailed more than I landed on my feet that session, so enjoy watching me fall over now. Oh, and another thing that I learnt in January was a ping back full twist. I'd seen Emily Lanigan training these in Basingstoke a few days beforehand, and then I just thought, you know what, I'll give that a go myself. But yeah, I was really happy that I managed to get round on my ping back full, because the first time I went for one I was like, oh, that is just not going to happen, and then that session I managed to land it. So yeah, must have more faith in myself in future. In that training session where I trained the ping back fulls, I also trained some trampoline stuff, and I think I tried one little very tiny short line. And when I trained that line, it made me realise that I haven't really been training lines at all in January. So my very last training session of the year, I told myself, Katie, today you are going to put a line together and not just train single moves, which is pretty much what I've been doing for the whole rest of the month. And it turns out I don't really have the stamina for a line at the moment, so that's something I really need to work on in February. The sad thing is it wasn't even a really long line I was trying to put together, it was actually relatively short and I just could not get through it. But here you go, you can watch it now and see how shocking my cardio is.
Oh yeah. We know your secrets.
It's fine, it's still online.
Your feet never touch the floor, so it still continues.
Ready?
While I'm still filming. Woo!
First try.
Yeah, that was not first try.
So that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing what I got up to in January. I'd love to know what you guys have been getting up to, so let me know in the comments below. I obviously read all of my comments because there's really not that many of them. So yeah, let me know what you've been getting up to. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll let you in on a little secret. You guys who watch my YouTube videos are actually my favourite. Like, don't go telling any of those people who just follow me on Instagram or whatever, but yeah, you guys, you're my faves. Okay, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!
Careful.